Finally, I can see the screen. I just started live stream before minutes. I couldn't see anything. The screen was black because anyhow, since very long I didn't use any streaming. In this event that's happening here, I joined this YouTube with this account just for social activity related to karaoke or singing, peaceful community and friendship circle. But unfortunately, everybody in the world can know what's happening in this time zone in the land of Palestine. And the reason that I decided to add some content related to this is not because usually I do, or this is my intent, or because this is my purpose, because actually the community is following my channel is I'm not interacting with them for such topics or such fields. Usually I am speaking as usual, but the reason why I created this content, and specific this live stream which will be stay uploaded in my channel, is to clarify my page after I saw some extremist rudeness from some other, unfortunately, shocking nationalities. Some other individuals belong to different nationality. They involve themselves in a such very deep conflict, which is really unfair and injustice, that in a such environment of a friendship and community social activity, they involve in that irresponsible way, and in that way which is really I myself consider it to criminal level. If somebody gives herself the right to speak among her channel, and which channel actually she belongs to Asian country, but she prefers not to put her own country flag, which I feel friendly to, and I respect that country and that people and that community, and that's why I am here on YouTube. But she prefers to put some military occupation state flag, as you can see on this picture I am putting in here. And she chooses also another aggressive word, which is warrior. This is before what happened 1 week ago. This is their logo actually, which is totally shocking. If I ask myself what is the shocking reason might be, maybe only just job contract. She works in that area zone and she thinks that's enough reason to get influenced and involved in a such very deep conflict historically in this region. Even the grandfathers of Muslims and Christians, they know the history about that, and she just decides to mix a live streams with such a criminal wave, in my opinion, to just repeat that aggressive propaganda to support a campaign to kill children, and even not enough to put 2 million people on hostages in Gaza and in their own free land, which should be free, and it was free in the past, until now not freed, but it will be freed sooner or later. It's not a problem of Palestinians, it's not a problem of Gaza, it's a problem of justice. Yes, this is the truth. Usually this is not heard in the media because simply they think that this belongs to specific sector or a specific group. Actually, this is the truth. This is history, what happened. What started in 1948 was started by terrorist Zionist movement, not related to Judaism. Judaism is one of the 3 religions available on earth, and we dealt with people belong to it many times historically. We don't have any problem with different religion. We have a freedom of religion, but Zionist movement is something else. It's a specific movement. It's a terrorist movement. The 2 pictures shown on my screen shows the leadership of this Zionist state are terrorists wanted by the Palestinian police. administrated by Britain, not by Arab, not by Muslim. It's by Britain that time, because Britain was controlling Palestine. And this is the people who you hear their name as a leaders and founders of what they call as a Zionist occupation, between parentheses, body state, which I don't recognize, not yesterday, not today when I reach 45 years old, or even after million years or million decoration signature, they play games of lobbies or political game. We don't believe in that, because justice is higher than this. Justice is judged by God. And to be honest, everybody has to be fair and justice. If I hear a fair cause away from me for different people, different religion, different race, for example, in South America, I will support. Who has the right? Who is the victim? Who are the children being hostage and hungered, and they are not able even to live free on their own land? Some people in this age, in this time of age, they imagine the tragedy and the victim is if there is a son or daughter want to change from male to female. They think that's the human rights. But they forget about 2 million people surrounded in their sector there. They are not allowed to live, to breathe oxygen, to educate, to have a jobs. And now here we only think about, it must be a freedom for children to do operation surgery to change from male to female or female to male without even permission of parent. This is the human rights for some people. How this attracted from the truth, from the facts. Oh my God. They consider the human rights is to be able to party, dance with the music, even with two genders in some situations. They think even they are allowed to do that in a holy land occupied for other people who are surrounded just kilometers away. And finally, just apply what's said in the media. It's I can repeat what's said by media, because media is well known in the Western country. Hey, remember, Western countries now, even though they are the most powerful, whatever advanced economically or what, blah, 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 they are involved in supporting this Zionist project. This is not Palestinian speaking. This is fair speaking. Even somebody Christian from South America can say this truth. It's not related to our race. It's not related only to our faith. Be witness of the right. Be witness of saying the correct thing. It's total craziness what's happening here. Some people, they think it's not enough. We have CNN, BBC, YouTube, Facebook, and all the platforms. Even the individuals who are socializing here like a friendly. Unfortunately, some of them, and this is the shock why I'm here, is because I saw some of them belong to what's supposed to be neutral country, friend country, peaceful country, not related to the conflict. And only because she work on the inside that Zionist occupation state, she thinks that the job allows her to involve in this conflict in a very rude, criminal way, repeating the campaign against this people to make a introduction and orientation for a war crime against the children. I tell her a good news in her record. You shared in killing those children in your channel, which puts that flag, the navy color flag with the word warrior, and you still play bingo for your followers. That's really disgusting. And you don't represent your country. You don't represent karaoke. You don't represent gaming. You don't represent YouTube community even. You represent just, you decided to forget who you are. What is your faith? In what you believe? Is this the faith you learned from Jesus the Christ? In our case, we say peace upon him. In your faith, you believe as it depends on your faith. But did you forget all that and you just believe what's coming now from the powerful influenced countries, US and Western Europe? Is this what makes you forget everything? Forget God, forget the holiness, forget the innocence, forget killing children is an unforgettable sin to forever. We are not talking like equal here. Occupation means it is illegal to be there. You understand what does it mean, illegal to be there? Illegal to stay on the land of Palestine. This is the fair. Some people, they misunderstand the matter. They think it's between Islam and Judaism. No, this is not Judaism. Zionist movement and project is not the religion of Judaism. Some Jews themselves, they consider whoever believe in Zionist project in Palestine is no more believer in Judaism anymore. This is insider Jewish opinion, and many people came out in the media saying that. I know they are not the people who you see in CNN and BBC and America and Europe. Of course, because the project is wanted by the superpowers. Let us not share as individuals, free people, independent people in a games played by lobbies who don't care about killing the children. Why? We are citizens, right? We care about our own life, we care about own future, we care about peaceful friendship, respect to the others and the rights. Why repeat chewing the bad, dirty things in the media if they are run by lobbies in this disgusting way? This is a war crime happened historically, and whoever said one word in an injustice way will be condemned and will be guilty and sinful and participated in killing those children, because those children, they don't have CNN, they don't have BBC, even Reuters, they killed the correspondent of it by one airstrike. If anybody tried to show, now there is no internet in Gaza, there is no power in Gaza, mass population, I'm talking 2 million people, we are not talking about specific group. And by the way, that group, it is not their problem. This is a problem of all human. No one can accept military occupation, not before 100 years, not after 100 years, not after million years. This is, we believe in it like we believe in God. If I one day believe in legal military occupation, racist like Zionist body who is there now, I will be not believing in God, the Creator. How those people think? Is it a game? Is it a soccer match? They look more similar to my lifestyle. They party and sometimes they drink, for example. But the Muslims, they look, for example, conservative. They cover the ladies' hair and they are very conservative. They are very so simply also we have a common words like Bible with those Zionists. So maybe they are closer to us. This is incorrect. This is incorrect. There is a Christians inside Palestine. They believe in what you believe as a faith. They have the crosses, they have the churches of the origins. Original churches are there. The historical churches are there, kept since the time the keys of Jerusalem was handed over to the leader of Muslims. This is before 1400 years. Not today or yesterday. And those Zionists speak about who is terror and who is not terrorist. Who are they? The leaders historically of this body, the most famous name, Menachem Begin, Isaac Shamir, are terrorists wanted by UK, by Britain, under the authorities which are loyal to Britain that time. And this is the two pictures available in Google. Just put wanted Isaac Shamir and you can see by yourself. Who are they to speak about who is terror or who is not terrorist? Are they crazy to think the human rights is to party dancing in a crazy way in a holy land occupied by its people, by a military criminals, and then kilometers away just there is a surrounded 2 million people. They don't live like whoever free people live. They don't have a future, they don't have a jobs, they don't have economy, they don't have a flag even, or a state, or embassies. Do you think we are human anymore if we accept this? It's not a problem of them, it's a problem of us as a normal people, the people who are outside. I am not speaking only as an Arab and Muslim. I'm speaking as a human. Believe me, if I hear this problem about Venezuela, about Cuba, about any country in the world facing the same injustice, my principles, my soul, my spirit as a human, even though it's enriched or supported by my faith or by my religion, but suppose I don't have any holy book to guide me. Just suppose. My humanity is enough. My blood is enough. My feeling is enough. Oh my God. We feel sympathy to the animal if get suffer or pain. How you don't feel about children? How you don't feel about families? Those are respectful people surrounded 2 million in a sector. And then finally somebody comes, watch the TV of what's propaganda by BBC and CNN, the most powerful country, the three Westerner superpower in Security Council, and comes repeat on your tongue as an individual. Is this your participation as a free person, as an innocent citizen? You should think about your future. Is this what you like to see in your record when you face God at the final life? That, oh, I was in 2023, then I heard what's coming up in the Western media, and I just thought what they are saying. All of us, we know the media is to the policy of the country generating that media. This is the simplest understand of everything. But this is not game. There are children being killed, and thinking about it like equality, that means we forget that there is a military occupation. This is not Islam versus Judaism. Some Jews think whoever participate in a Zionist state of Israel is no more Jewish. The people who say and believe in that are Jewish. Some of them said that more than 50 years ago. They said if the Jew collect themselves in a movement like Zionist, like what they read in the newspaper, and they come to the land of Palestine, the Holy Lands, they will be all demolished by God, not by me or you or by Iraq or necessarily by Palestine or by anyone. God is the one who prohibited him to go there. No more after the time of Prophet Solomon. I think the Christians believe that he is a king only. We as a Muslims, we believe he is a prophet who ruled Palestine. After he died, the Jewish nation, who that time was believer and was favorite and one of the best nations on earth as a believers and followers of God, they chose the division, and they started to be two states. Then finally they reach a very misguided way, very far away from the path of God. I'm not speaking now as I'm describing what happened historically, which happened similarly in some other nations, including my own. The division is anti-God will. God likes every nation to stay righteous with what prophet or messenger or holy messenger gave as an instructions and holy book. It's not to divide and fight and war to each other. What happened to them is they started to divide until they reached to the total misguidance, to the limit they started to kill their own Israeli prophets, not Arab prophets. They killed multiple Israeli prophets by thinking they are the holy themselves. They don't need holiness from anymore from the heaven. They can be the preferred over all. And this is not anti. I'm not saying anti. They were the best. Then they lost it by themselves. It's describing what happened. It's describing what happened. They killed people even before Prophet John the Baptist. Even they killed, they did the crime. Why? Because they think we are most favorite. We are the best. We are the chosen. And anybody else on earth is non-chosen, is non-similar level. They must be always servant. Believe me, if they kept with the God path, some of that description will remain correct, that they are chosen and they are best. But the problem, they lost. They lost not by my opinion, not as a Muslim I am speaking. They lost because they disobeyed what their God is told them. Arlene, you are not welcomed here. And also your support is not welcomed here. I'm just removing your lines. Anybody who allows himself from any nationality who's supposed to be neutral, then open a channel with the name of that state, the Zionists in this time and even after starting the problem, start to speak in a bingo live stream. Putting the logo with word warrior is the military. So here is not a place for military. Here for a normal people. The people that I can speak with. I cannot speak with military people, criminal people who kill children with their bingo. I don't accept that. You are coming like support by... What support? Which support? Support yourself. Support yourself. Rescue yourself. Just return what you are. I thought you are from the nationality that I respect, but unfortunately you put another flag. You put navy color flag, not belongs to your origins. You chose your job location to support the military crime war which is happening after your orientation, and now you say coming for support. Oh my god, oh my god. Really sorry, because this live stream was not intended. You know that I even using the greeting, I use your friendly greeting because I am the one who come to the community of karaoke, specifically in Philippines. But sorry, when there is a historical war crime happening and killing the children, and now they don't have internet, and then one of this community choose not to put his flag, not to come for singing karaoke. No, put the flag of the Zionist and speak about word, put logo of her channel, warrior. Oh my god. And speak against the victim side and criminalizes the side in that people who just took a small reaction compared with the very mass war crime and historical crimes have been held since 1948, 1967. Finally, many people speak about two states. Actually, will finally not be any solution. If the second state is Zionist, they will be just planning for next. This is the truth. This existence here is not allowed by God, not allowed by the people, owners of the land, not allowed by any just normal people, fair, justice people. How you allow terrorist military who came as a result of a decision from outside to occupy this country and kill its people and puts millions of people like hostages? Then finally, if any reaction came after provocation in the Holy Land and holy mosque, holy masjids, they are provocating and threatening that they will demolish, they will build another construction in that holy masjid. They claim that they are preparing to do the third temple, or they claim such claims, and they allow under the force, under the arms. And finally, with limited reaction by some group of that people, because the total world is silent. Even our Arab nations, even our Muslims, they are not allowed to interact with this. There are borders, there are nationalities, there are passports, not like before. Just if it is rightful, you can act. We cannot act. All this, and we are silent. We are just praying for them. We hope, we wish that in the future they will get justice somehow. Then finally we see some of the people who are supposed to be neutral to be aggressive this way. This is what make me do this live. It's not my mood, it's not my plan or intent. It's me, even not the place. Even it's not the good place. I don't have anything to hide. All of us, we know that the Facebook and the YouTube and the most Google, who's owner of YouTube, all are owned by supporter to the things we will never accept in this world. We will never accept it will happen in this world. One of them, Zionist body state, to be normalized with the surrounding countries. This is by one signature or million signature. It's not a problem of Palestine. It's a problem of humanity. I believe in God the day I accept existence of this Zionist project, that means I no more believe in God. Do you understand that? It's not a matter of politics. I don't hate Jewish people. Jewish people who are not Zionist, I don't have any problem. They choose what they choose for religion. I choose what I choose for religion. We have 3 religions mentioned in our holy book: Islam, Christianity, Judaism. But Zionist movement is something else. This is a criminal military occupation movement. It's not related to the Jewish. They repeat blah 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 things. Theodor Herzl as a project to make in a specific return to Palestine land after they are kicked out by God. As a punishment to what they did, they killed the prophets of God, holy prophets of God. They killed in a multiple, not one by mistake, not 2 by mistake, multiples. After all this, they think, it's okay, we will return. Actually, our origin, which origin? Which origin? If you talk about the very early origin, you don't belong to this land. You came here only in the path of God, in a specific stage, under the leadership of a holy prophet, Moses, peace be upon him. And once you lose the path of God, and God himself punish them out and kick them out from Palestine and send on them different powerful nations like Persia, like Roman, like Egyptian pharaohs or whatever. That is not something to challenge with. Challenging God is not a game for them, but they are playing that game. And they will continue playing that game. This is the truth. This is the truth. This is, by the way, is not speaking by somebody who is like ideologist or religious. This is what we believe in since our birth until we die 20 times, 200 times. This is what we believe in. It's not a two socks or match game. We support this, we support that. Many people, they might fall in the mistake thinking, let us see what are the Palestinians look like. They are conservative, they are Muslims, majority. There are Christians, but the majority are conservative. Even the Christians, they look more serious than what we know in Europe, for example, or Asia. Okay, so I'll support the people who looks like me. Is this what you learned from Jesus the Christ? Is this what you learned from your values and holy book? That you support what supports partying and dancing and singing and drinking and whatever relation? Is this what Jesus the Christ told you to do when there is a rightful thing happening, like a crime or a criminal occupation military? To whom you will support as a values? To what the media tells you, to the BBC what tells you, to the CNN. Who controls BBC and CNN? Is it controlled by the Holy Book? Is it controlled by God? This is a question. I'm not saying let it be controlled by Arab or Palestine. Forget Arab and Palestinian. Just think about your values, your own values. I am speaking again to the normal human being who are not hypnotized, who still have their conscience, still can understand the things purely, originally, away from what we are, what they are trying to drive us in. This is really sounding craziness. Normal people, citizens, instead of thinking about raising their family in a righteous way they can, or at least the way they are free to live in, they involve themselves in things conflicting with other population, with other nations, leading them to the killing and blood shed. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is something not to ignore. I was shocked when I saw that live streams and channels days ago, and felt so painful that a job contract for somebody seek for work visa, and he find it in occupied Palestine, what is called in that Zionist state, turns her to put the flag of that state in her channel and speak blah 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 against the Palestinians. Who are you? Who are you? You are coming for a salary. Are you slave for that salary? Do you accept your salary to support killing the children owner of the land? Do you think that's allowed? If you are forced because you couldn't find another job in another respectful countries, normal country, not military occupation, criminal country. If you didn't hear this word daily, that doesn't change the fact. It is the fact. It is the fact, and it will stay 200 years if they will continue 200 years. I hope not. But suppose they continued and there is a million signature from whoever political. Do you think this occupation military place will change its adjective? It is illegal, criminal, terrorist body state that is controlled by arms, by war crimes, by racism, by colonization. It's against every humanity, against Christianity, against Islam. It's not against only Palestinians or that group they mention specifically, like, oh, it's only that group problem. Who are that group? That's only one of the reactions. One of the reactions. Suppose you cancel that group. Suppose, just imagination. Do you think the anything changed? Actually, before that group is created, the matter is full. The story is complete. The reasons are there. The occupation started before that group created. The one they mention now in the media, like Isaac Shamir is a prime minister of that Zionist prime minister. He is terrorist wanted by UK police of Palestine that time as an administration under the Britain, not under national Arabic country state, because there was no that time. It was like a British what you call it, some type of administration. I don't know in English vocabulary what they call it. That it is not exactly belong directly to the what you call it, the crown of Britain, but it is under the administration of Britain, like somehow not like India. I'm not sure about India in the history, but it's somehow less degree than what happened with India, with no comparison, of course, with what happened in the future, because in India scenario, India took its independence. In Palestine scenario, Britain gave itself the right, before that happened, to give a promise, to give a land nation for this type of mentality, the Zionist movement. This is not Judaism. This is not Jewish people. They are a specific movement project, and they use terrorism in multiple countries. Not inside Palestine only, not against the Palestine people only. They used terrorist activities everywhere. Everywhere. What is the correct? What should be the correct? The Jerusalem should be peaceful city. Jerusalem allowed for whoever coming for worship. No enemyship. The historical masjids are there. The historical churches are there. That they are one only, cannot be repeated. And you know the name of your own holy places. I know the names and the locations of my own Islamic places, both together in one city. And even the Jewish people who are coming only to visit for a worship, they were allowed under the administration of Arab and Muslims and even Ottoman non-Arab. But anybody thinks that Zionist equal to individual right of religion, that's incorrect. Zionist is a political, military, intelligence, terrorist plan called a project to create a military occupation, which is you see today, present time. Do you think because we don't speak about that every day that this is not the adjective? This is the real adjective of it. Whether passes 1 year or 100 years, it stay. Actually, we are more suffering and feeling pain by continuous of military, racist, criminal, Zionist body over Palestine land. Do you think by time we forget? Or if one president or one prince sign agreement under pressure of USA for whatever political reasons. Do you think we will change our understand what God judgment is? We will accept killing children, for example, by a signature? Or we will accept a humiliation of, if I accept it one moment, God will punish me in my own son if I have a son. God will punish me in my own house if I have a free house. Today I am speaking and they don't have internet, they don't have power in Gaza. Why? Mass punishment. They give themselves the right because they think nobody, even reaction to crime, even reaction not allowed. Even if I do crime against you, you are not allowed to react against me because I am a chosen. I am a higher. I am a holy blood. You are nothing. You are less than a serpent. And they are speaking to the others who are non-Zionist. You are nothing. They think they are nothing. Means no value, no spirit, no soul, nothing, no value, no children. You are monsters like. Even zombies in the game, at least they they count. Here, they don't count. This is craziness. This is not difference between two religions. No. We are not talking about religions anymore. Judaism is different from Zionism. This has to be very clear. And Zionism cannot include only Jewish people. It is a movement and idea of a military and terrorist project. It can accept basically the Jewish, and it can accept the Christians, and it can accept some of the unfaithful Muslims, and it can accept secular people, and even atheists. It can accept anybody except this type of project. It's not related to the specifically to the official story that, oh, it is a promised land. Promised land for who? Palestine one day was a holy land promised for Moses, peace be upon him, when he was the holy prophet living and coming from God with a message of Torah, the holy book which I believe in as a Muslim that time. If I am living there, I don't have other choice than to believe in Moses, peace be upon him, as a follower, and I worship one God, God of Israel and God of Arab that time, if I am living that time. But after they lost that position and they lost that law and they changed into killing the prophets of Israel themselves, the nation of Israel prophets were killed by some of the misguided and the lost people, and this is mentioned in the history until the time, I'm not speaking about the time John the Baptist and after, even before that they killed multiple prophets. And they challenge God in many times. Now, I'm not speaking about Jewish. I'm speaking about the nation who came after misguiding, losing the faith given by the correct Judaism law, which I don't have any problem with the people following it, or even the people who follow whatever they think about, if they are peaceful. Not doing terror, not doing criminal occupation military, not killing my own nation children, or doing enemyship to my past, my present, my future, even my ideas, they want to hack it. My new generations, they want to hack with a sickness ideas. This is, we have to stand as other people. I'm speaking why? I'm not speaking to the Arab or Muslim. I'm not speaking to the Jewish actually. I speak to the people who are non-Arab, non-Muslim, and non-Jewish, and supposed to be non-Zionist, but they act like considering Zionist is the nearest team for them, and the other team looks strange on them. I'm speaking specifically to these people. First of all, it is not two teams. You look one team, for example, the people who like football, Barcelona, one team Madrid, and I like Messi more than Ronaldo. I like Ronaldo more. It's not like that. It's if you believe in God, you believe in the right and the wrong. You have to be witness what is the correct. And you cannot start the story at any point you start to understand. You have to take the story from the beginning. And the beginning of this story is that there is a occupation, military occupation, doing crimes against humanity. And the people who are not able to fight and free their land, because all the superpower, as you see, supporting this Zionist project by super weapons, not only by speaking in CNN and BBC, is the result of what we have today. We have 2 million hostages this moment, cut out from the power and from the internet. Why? Because they want to do a war crime, and they started to do war crime since days ago. And in the same time, those people, they don't have anybody to feel like what was I heard days ago by those hypnotized people when they say, oh, what is that attack? They see party of singing people like a crazy in occupied Holy Land. Some people kilometers away from you are hostages, 2 million. And you come for singing and party. Are you crazy? Are you crazy to go in somebody else Holy Land occupied, near a surrounded people? They cannot live normally. And you go to sing and music? Are you crazy? What type of human being anymore if you allow yourself? You think, I got work visa. Which work visa? If you are belonging to different nationality and you couldn't find any respectful legal country to work with other than one visa in occupied Palestine, what they call as a Zionist body state, which they call themselves as Israel. And finally, you allow yourself, because that is your situation, to involve injustly and in a guilty, sinful way against those people. Instead of feeling shy, instead of searching another job and traveling away from this crime scene, if you cannot support, if you cannot do anything to help, is this a human anymore? I am speaking again because I was shocked of somebody belongs to Asian country. Unfortunately, she doesn't represent her own people. She doesn't represent her own religion even, or church, or holy book, or prophet, or any faith. She represents only slavery to the job, slavery to the media, slavery to the dancing, slavery to the lifestyle which is away from God. What is this? To the limit that you accept killing children, finally, only because, why they annoyed us? Why they attack suddenly? You don't know the story where you are. It's not the problem of those. It's a problem of history. This land is prohibited on those. They come here means not wait for somebody from Gaza. Wait from anywhere, from the heaven even. It's not allowed to be here. This land was occupied by military occupation. That means illegal. Do you understand the word illegal? Like somebody steal your house. Whatever you do inside the house, illegal. It can be interrupted anytime. It can be damaged anytime. It can be freed anytime. The police has the right to come to free the house. What is the problem? The police is helping the thief. Simply. This is what's happening. This is the truth. You don't hear this in BBC and CNN. BBC and CNN follow the Zionist project. Simply. Because they follow countries who are supporters for that. Simply. And where I am speaking? On YouTube? Who is the owner of YouTube? Who is the owner of Facebook? People supporting Zionist project. All of us, we know that. Search Google itself. Same, owned by the owner of YouTube, is owner of Google, Alphabet, is supporter of Zionist state. Supporter of whatever agendas other than that even. So this is not, doesn't change the truth. I don't care who is rich or powerful or who is nearer to Washington or London. I care about who is near God, who is innocent, who is victim. I will support even if he is Venezuelan, if he is Cuban. I don't care. Anywhere anywhere. This is my values. This is my humanity. Am I coming here for helping the powerful or the criminal, the killer? Oh, he is winner, so I will be with him. Is this a game? Is this a computer game, so I act like this? Or is it football game that I support the attacker, the striker, because scoring more goals? Oh my God. What are we reaching to? This is not, again, this is not two people conflicting and I consider them equal, like boxing match. It's not boxing match. If it is boxing match, you will not see Palestine like this. If it is a boxing match from the beginning, we are the people of Palestine allowed to have their own state and defense army, of course they will liberate and free Palestine second day. They will not allow any terrorist gangs coming from Europe to occupy Palestine. Including who? Including the two pictures you see in white and black. This is including Isaac Shamir and Menachem Begin, who became later as a prime minister of Zionist state. Those are wanted by Palestine police, administrated by UK. This is the truth. This is the real terrorism which happened. After killing the people and pushing them out from villages. And what is the recent situation? They warn the people of Gaza, move from north of Gaza. Even 2 million in that shrink yellow. I don't know if you can see it in the map. Actually, it is under the picture which showing the priest and the sheikh, both in one picture. Under it, the very small yellow spot, that is Gaza. They want even the people who are shrinked there as a 2 million. No, again, inside Gaza, not only you come out from all Palestine to Gaza, again, inside Gaza, move from north to the center and from center to the south. Or maybe they think move out of Gaza, out, go out. Who are they? This is their own land. Their own land is in Jerusalem. In Haifa, what they changed its name as a Tel Aviv. There is nothing here belongs to them. Do you think what's controlled by the powerful armies is rightful or legal? This is craziness. It's not a matter of Palestinian. I am Saudi, but it doesn't matter if I am Saudi, or even if I am Chinese, or even if I am African. It doesn't matter. This is fact. If I know such a story for two nations, I will support with every drop of my blood the rightful person, the rightful side, the rightful nation. If I accept it on my on the victims, God will punish me in myself. Suppose I am a country in Asia or country in South America and I accept. I said, okay, Israel is too much powerful and supported by USA. Let it be. Let it kill victim. Okay, we will forget. They will cry a little, then they will forget. Do you think God will keep you? Do you think God will save your country, will bless your nation? Do you think your children will live a blessed life after this? Don't you know that accepting such a matter will carry the sin into your records and your soul if you support that? If you cannot do anything, at least stay away, stay innocent, don't participate in a crime. I am speaking again, not changing anybody's opinion. Everybody will follow what he believes or what she believes. But I'm speaking because somebody was very rude and aggressive and put the logo of Zionist and he mentioned the word warrior. In what? In bingo live stream. In bingo game bingo. Imagine. They play bingo and she speaks in an introduction and orientation to war crime, to kill kids. Now they don't have internet in Gaza to know how many they are being killed or how many buildings are brought to the ground, to the land. This moment I have internet, optical fibers. In Gaza they don't have internet. They don't have power since 80 hours and more. They don't have electricity. They are using generators. Generators work on a fuel. There is no fuel supply. And this is the story? Okay, bring fuel, bring power, bring internet to Gaza. Everything is fine? No, it's not fine. Not fine. This is the story which is not spoken every day, because people cannot speak every day about the truth. Otherwise, we will get crazy and die. Actually, Palestine has to free and liberate. Those people are free people, not slaves for anybody. For anybody. They are not animals. They are respectful people, respectful nations. They have to live free, like you like to live free for you and for your children. You like education, they must have education. You like salary, they must have a very dignity saving salary. I wish for Palestinian people to be more rich than my own Gulfian country. This is the equality. I respect them. They are humans. They are humans, not animals. Even if animals, I don't have the right to humiliate or harm. Unless very harmful, something attacks me, I am a human. Okay, of course, in the forest I will run away or try not to harm, but not something attack me like snake comes to my house. Of course, I will defend. But we are talking now about the people, owners of the land. Palestine is the yellow map. There is no place for Zionist movement in our area. They called it Middle East. Actually, it is not Middle East. But okay, everybody knows it as a Middle East. Let it be. Middle East, what's known as a Middle East, has no place for Zionists. We have a place for some Jewish individual, yes. And they lived hundreds of years, respected, with business, with citizenship, and they have own families and lived and they witness in Morocco, in Egypt, in some, I think in Palestine, some cities not allowed to resident inside Jerusalem. You will ask me why. Not allowed for Jewish people to live inside Jerusalem city. Why? Because our leader, Khalifa, who received the keys of the holy city, signed agreement, insurance to the Christian priest and the Christian Byzantine leader there. They put the term that don't allow Jewish to live inside Jerusalem. Why? Why? Are we anti that religion? No. The reason is because they have something, some of them, some group of them, not all of them. They are not one. They are like any other nation, like any other religion. Not all are one, not all extremists the same level. Some of them, they have idea that Jerusalem is only for one religion, and this cannot be allowed. Jerusalem is a holy city. Yes, it is administrated by Muslims more than 1,400 years, and it will remain administrated legally by Muslims until the final day. Yes, this is true. But that doesn't mean it is only for Muslims worship or Muslim holy places. No, because from the day one, the agreement, we didn't receive the key before we give the insurance that all churches are free. All crosses will not be touched. All different faith will not be touched. They are free. Even when he invited our leader to pray inside the church, he refused. He said, no, I will not pray inside the church for one reason. The next generation of Muslim, maybe they will misunderstand. They will think this is a masjid, so then they will take it from you. No, I will pray outside. See how much respect. The leader of how many kilometers in that time of that time zone is a superpower ruler. I am talking about somebody ruling thousands of kilometers. He chose to go out in that time. You know that there is no anything like what we live today. There is no AC, no air condition, nothing, no carpets even. He chose to pray outside, not under the shade of the church, only for one purpose: to guarantee the security and the insurance that church remain church with its faith. Nothing changed. They are free people and they lived under the Islamic administration. This is Palestine that we know, and this is Palestine what we know, and this is Palestine what we will stay know. It will not change. They think political or pressure or terrorist game will change. If not one president sign, not one prince sign, if 1,000 political make signature, that doesn't affect or change the truth, because that limit and that truth in the history is not changeable. It doesn't change. You think doing a war crime in 1948, 1967, or in the 2000s against Gaza, or killing children will change. We will accept, because you are very, very aggressive. We will accept. This is not a problem of Palestinian. This is anybody in the world will not accept. Venezuela kicked the ambassador of Zionist after he did problem war crime against Gaza in time of Hugo Chavez. Some other people will react, not only Palestinian people. It's a human reaction. Nobody in the world is allowed to. Why we are against Hitler? Because he did a crime against humanity. We don't allow anybody to burn people, right? It's not allowed. As a ruler who is controlling a country, even if European, even if superpower, not allowed to burn people based on race. This is not what we can accept as a humans. Even I am different religion, even I am different faith, I will not agree on that. The same principle, people of Palestine is not deserving the justice only from their same faith or same race or same brotherhood. They deserve the witness of their right from every rightful person. Respect own value, respect own faith in God, because God don't allow or accept injustice and this war crimes happening by this military Zionist occupier. Again, it's not a matter of two states, it's not matter of two nations, it's not matter of two population. The Zionist population resident and settling on Palestine are a project, military project, not before 45 years, not before 20 years, not after 45 years from now will be legal or normal. Their target is to make normalization. This will never happen. Normalization means we will forget, you didn't kill children, so we will open a new page tomorrow. This is actually, if we are two countries fighting, this is not the case. It's not two countries fighting. You are coming to a free people land, and you want to rule them or take from them their houses or their holy land. You are not allowed. If you came peacefully as a different religion for worship visit, you will be a guest and protected and respected, like what happened in more than 1,400 years. We are not making a drama imaginary. This is fact, happened in the history. The Christians, one of their grandsons is this respectful priest in Gaza. His name is Hannah, appearing. This supports the resistance against the Zionist project, because he knows what is the faith of Christianity is to be justice, not because he is living with the Arab long, so he is influenced. What influence here? Do you need influence? Do you need influence to convince that somebody owner of the land has a right to kick the occupier outside? This has happened actually in the history by many nations before. Many nations. How many colonization project ended? Britain in India. I don't remember if Spain maybe, another country, for example, in Philippines. Japan colonized many Asian countries, right? Including maybe parts of China. All this ended. Nobody in the world accept military occupation. This has to be outside the points of view. It's not a political issue. It's not even religious. It's a fact. Owner of the land is owner of the land, unless the free people of the land decide to unite. That's up to them, right? Not all countries stays the same size. If a group of countries freely, not by conspiracy or by projects supported by superpower, if freely the population themselves, they decide, let us be united together, two countries, that's allowed to them, up to them, right? Nothing wrong. But if somebody come with an arm, with a weapon, humiliate and killing, and saying stories, we came under the title of a promised land. It's not promised land for Zionists. It's promised land for Moses, peace be upon him, and the believers of him, who later on lost his message and lost his guidance and disobeyed him when he asked them, God order you to go fight to liberate Jerusalem, because there was some tribe there. That time was Arab tribe, but non-believer. In that time, me as a Saudi, if I am living, I will be soldier under Moses, peace be upon him, with Israel. I will be soldier fighting with them. Why? Because I worship God. I don't worship Arab. I don't worship race or blood or color of skin. Tell me where is the correct, I will follow. Where is the rightful, I will follow. I will be followers of Moses if I live that time. This is the principles of faithful in these three religions, that I will follow whoever is chosen by God in the same time. It's not a tradition, or I follow my media or what my ministry of media broadcasting to me every day, like hacking my brain, so I will blah 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 repeat. No, I have an open-minded. I speak the truth. If I live that time, will I say no, I am Arab, why I should fight my own same race? Of course I will fight them. Why? Because it's not a blood matter. It's about who is the rightful. That moment, the rightful people are the time of Moses, peace be upon him, was the rightful is Israel nation, because they are not Zionists. They are believers of the holy book coming from God, and they obey God as a general stream. Later on, unfortunately, they work the bad work until they lost all the relation with God as a mainstream. And some of them individuals kept only the practical laws, but as a general mainstream, they lost the chosen nation status and position. And that's how describes what happened later, after sent multiple prophets from Israel themselves, even though they reached the limit to kill their own Israeli prophets, one after another. Oh my God. Whenever they feel something not comply with what they want to control. Until the time of before the Christianity came. So this is not something to ignore, that now we are facing two religions, Muslims and Jewish. This is not the story. This is not the story. Jewish are allowed to live in our countries. I mean, in the wide range. I'm not speaking about my local range. My local range, we don't have any Jewish, because in Arab Peninsula it has a different situation. I am speaking about like Egypt, like Iraq, like Syria even. There are Jewish. Even some cities in Palestine, there are different sectors of Jewish population, and some of them were, I think, member of what's supposed to be national parliament. They represent completely different from Zionists. They are Jewish. They believe in Moses, but they don't believe in whatever taken now as a Zionist theory or ideology. Completely different. So this is not the way to summarize it, that Muslims are against Jews. Who said like that? Are those Jewish? No. This is a specific military occupation. They claim the relation with Judaism by saying that we have origins from Jew blood. But is this meaning they are Jewish people applying their religion? This is incorrect. Don't ask me, because I am Arab Muslim, I am different, right? Maybe I am saying that against them. Ask the Jewish themselves, the scholars. They will tell you that they are not allowed to come back again to this holy land after they are punished. After the sin that they committed, they divided and they lost what God guided them to be a one nation following the prophets. Then after that, demolishing what happened, the Persian, the Pharaohs, the Romans, this didn't come from empty. It was by reason, punishment by God. Am I saying that because I hate them? Am I saying that because I am not from them? No, this is historical description. If they stayed like what they were with Moses, they would be following Jesus the Christ and John the Baptist. And later on they will follow whatever God instructs. This is the believer faith that I believe in as a third religion. Now, speaking about military occupation, even though they claim whatever they claim, maybe today they are claiming they are Jewish, tomorrow who knows, maybe they say no more, we don't believe in anything. I don't care. As long as you are terrorist and military occupying, supported by arms and weapons by whatever, USA or Britain or third or fourth or fifth or whatever, and by pressure lobbying against even the Arab regime governmental surrounded not to allow any neighboring people to naturally interact and help the people to liberate their own land. By continuing this situation, do you think that this matter will be forgotten? Like, oh, it's normal, it's long conflict, so let it forget the past. This will never happen, because the point that happens, that means we normalize, that means we considered the right is equal to the wrong. It's not about forgetting the past. You are talking about the future. That means in the future, you accept the wrong. And this cannot be by a believer, cannot be by a innocent person. Nobody can accept something in the future wrong. We can forgive in the past. Yes. Suppose today the people of Zionists make a meeting. They said, okay, well, now we understand. We will be surrounded and we are doing very war crimes against those nations. And now we understand that we were in an imaginary dream and it will never happen. And we will leave. Can you leave us leave peacefully? Of course, I will support to give them that option. Leave that country. Now they are asking Gaza population to leave from North Gaza. Who are Gaza population? They are not Gaza original. They are moved from Palestine land. The yellow map you see from the north, from Haifa, from Jerusalem, from everywhere in Palestine, they came and shrank 2 million inside this small sector which is cut out from internet today. And they ask now, not only that 2 million in this shrink, narrow, against the humanity rights and the freedom and the dignity and the honor and the humanity in this earth. No, again, move from North Gaza to the center and South Gaza. And maybe tomorrow they will say, kick outside all Gaza. Is this a matter? Is a dealing between nation and nation, or state and state, or religion and religion, or soccer team with another? It's not. This is something against all planet Earth, whoever believe in God or even believe in any rightful thing, even if disbeliever. I'm not talking only about the believers of the three religions. Suppose there are other people and they believe what's right and what's wrong. This cannot be acceptable. It's not a matter of Palestinians. It's not a matter of part of Palestinians. It's not a matter of Muslims only. It's not a matter of Arabs only. This is a most simple, easy principle in the world. If you allow this to happen, means how you can claim your house? How can you claim your job? How can you wait for your salary to be transferred end of the month? Because it's not yours. It's for Zionists. It's the same way you accept it on Palestinian, right? If you allow this to happen to Gaza, that means you are saying your salary is not yours. You work 30 days, you own your car, but actually it's not your car. It belongs to the Zionists. Why? Because supported by USA and UK and the Western governments. When I say USA and UK, I don't mean the nations. I mean the powerful lobbies controlling the nations with media and hacking the minds and the brain and the conscience and everything. But there are free men and ladies there who have open-minded and they see the truth, and some of them stood with the right even by their own precious life, like some lady American who I posted days ago. She lost her life under one bulldozer, Zionist bulldozer, just to protect one house of Palestinian villagers, because she was witnessing that and she knew that her faith will not allow to keep silent. And in that moment she decided even to do more than breaking the silence. She stood by her body, like saying, if you want to kill those who have similar value to me, okay, I am standing at your front. Will you consider me the same? That Zionists consider her the same. If she insists to that limit, considered her, yes, the same, and killed her. I think her name is Rachel Corey, if I remember correct. This is non-Muslim and non-Arab, but this is a human. She's a Christian. This is a human I respect. This is believer in what she believes in. This is faithful person. Not only that, to be honest. Not any believer or faithful person must reach this limit. This is a hero. This is a champion. This is a leader. Must be historical person to be teach in the school. Who is Rachel Corrie and how she stood at the front of bulldozer. She is more brave than me. These more brave than knights. More brave even. How can I describe? Somebody stand at front of a bulldozer and stay until the bulldozer crash her. This is something unbelievable. More than the cinema, more than the Hollywood fake stories they make. Again, if you cannot do something by yourself, at least don't participate in the war crime, because this is what pained me to do this live stream. This channel is not related to any political or any religious or any things. Actually, it was only for karaoke singing. But the reason why I created this thumbnail and this live stream is because how much painful that I saw a bingo game live stream by somebody supposed to belong to the friend country, who I have more than 1,500 friends at least, I think more, friends from it for singing, karaoke and friendship. But she chose not to put her friend state flag, but she chose the Zionist flag and the word warrior. And she speaks against one part of that victim people if they did a small reaction here or there. Holy Land is occupied by Zionist military. That means not yesterday, not today, not tomorrow, allowed the people there to live like they didn't do anything. It's only the matter of time and matter of power. Only the reason. So that means don't forget the originality of the matter. The freedom must be happening. If you don't allow them to have F-35, you don't allow them to have F-15, you don't allow them to have F-16, tanks, soldiers, army, proper army, organized army, education, health, as supposed to be for any free people. By the way, every one of us, the one here, belongs to a country have all this. Me and Saudi, I have army, I have health, I have education, I have money, I have economy. You, for example, suppose some of my friends are from Philippines. Philippines has an army, has an economy, has an education, has a health, right? We have a free countries. If you don't allow this victim people to have same as you, don't blame them if they did the minimum reaction they can do, like a miracle. If they do whatever they do, don't try to apply what the Westerner media try to act like. We forget the memory, we forget what happened. Only today we watch something clash, violence. Oh my God, you call it violence, huh? Now you call it violence. And what happened? 2 million hostages inside Gaza. Now, this moment, they don't have internet and the buildings are crushed to the ground. No, this is not violence. No, this is reaction. So, before 1 week, what you are speaking about the reaction? You speak in a different way. So that's why I indicate, just alert for the human listeners. Don't look to the lifestyle, looking to the people more similar to you. For example, you belong to some countries having lifestyle, dancing, entertainment, working job abroad, free, between parentheses, what they call it as a free lifestyle. And then you see Palestinian people, they look in a Muslim theme, they very serious, very conservative, they look differently. Don't think this should affect your innocent, fair, justice position towards what's happening. If there is a killing children, will you stand with the team dancing and singing? Because more similar to me. They wear actually like my clothes, maybe more. Maybe they allow drinking. The Palestinian, they don't drink, for example. Will you think about that like this? Will you put in consideration like that? So what is the difference between you and racist? What is the difference between open-minded or closed-minded? What are we talking about accepting the different people? This is their own land occupied by military power only and racism and supported by superpower. Not today, not breaking news. It's something known in the history. Look, read in Google, which is owned by supporter of the Zionist even. Read what happened since the 1948 and 1967 and what's happened after that. It's not it's not a Palestinian information. It's your information. You can read what happened. So if you know all this story, then finally we forget everything and we look to what looked as a title, Violence Clash happened before 1 week. Violence and clash, you start the story as you like, from the day and the time that you like. This is total craziness. Like, like imagining what? Like imagining somebody steal your house, steal your car, and hijack your children, kill some of them. Then tomorrow in the morning, the same person wake up and you go there to ask justice. Then somebody say, wait, why you go the morning? We are in the morning. The people going to work. Why? What is this clash? What is this violence? Do you accept this? Look to the story how it's happening as a full, or don't judge. Keep silent. If you cannot understand the things, how they are and the positions, just keep silent. Who put you in the judgment? Simply. The people who cannot follow the deep story in Palestine, simply don't put yourself in the anger of God. I'm not talking about Palestinian feeling. They are human. They have the right to have feeling care. But I mean, this is not the main point. The main point is look to your values. Look to your faith. Do you think this is allowed in your faith? In your justice, what you believe in your holy book? Do you think this is allowed? That I accept the story that it started only from 10 days. What is before 10 days? I will close my mind. Do you think your law and your holy book allows you for this? Did it happen before to allow anybody do like that? No. The proof, Philippines is a free country. Saudi Arabia is a free country. Britain and France now not controlled by German. Right? So what does that mean? That means no one can consider the military occupation or colonization project is a permanent legal. It's only temporarily powerful by obsession and by armed weapon control, and it's considered many times happens with war crime. It happened actually in most of the countries which I mentioned. If you allow this and accept it to the Palestinian people, it's like allowing, for example, I will mention random examples, theoretical example. If you accept the Zionist occupation on Palestine, controlling Jerusalem, the Holy Land and the Holy City, which is supposed to be capital administration for the Palestinian people who are owner of this land, that doesn't mean different from Palestinian not allowed to come and visit and worship. It has been happening. It's not a story about the future. 1,400 years this was happening. Allowed, welcomed, and they have some of them resident there, especially the Christians. If you think Palestinians are less than human, they don't deserve to look for them like history of any other human being. It's like imagine with me, theoretically. Russia occupy Washington. China occupy New York. Why? Because Russia likes power. So occupy Washington, the White House and the Congress. And China occupy New York, the business and the money. And tomorrow, we forget. It's two team now. Two team. Don't attack. No violence. American people, if you do anything, reaction. No. This is terrorism. Do you accept that? It's ABCD understanding. It's not accepted by anyone to have even different point of a view. This is not opinions like I like vanilla or chocolate. It's like a ABC, white or black, simplest ideas. Occupation means not allowed. If it is happening by power only, that means illegal, no normalization. If any resistance, any attempt to free or liberate or represent a will of a freedom, this is the right of any people, population having their own land occupied, like the status of Palestinian people. This is what I am saying. This is what I am saying in this live stream. Simple thing. It's occupied land. They have the right to liberate and free their own country. If they are not allowed to have army, they are going to suffer and being victims. Yes, but if they or some of them do any type of no other option reactions, don't look at them like they have the options, but they choose wrong things. No, it's simply, where is their army? Where is their tanks? Where is their economy? Where is their support, open border from their neighborhood brothers? Nothing. All closed. Or closed. So what do you expect? Demolish? Destroy? Disappear? Like the cats are more valuable, the turtles more valuable than a human being, 2 million people in Gaza, or 6 million, 10 million in Palestine? Do you think you have the right to think so? Because the BBC and CNN gives you the impact, about those. They mention animalic words and vocabulary in the past 10 years said by some Zionists in an angry way. Do you think this is allowed in 2023 as a logic and as a justice? It can be allowed by power only, by those who are doing the crime, yes. But you, as an individual free person, do you participate in it? Do you choose to have this in your record with God at the day of judgment? That, I was not president, I was not soldier even, I don't belong to that nationality, but in somehow I was affected by the media. Do you think this will be accepted? Whether you say the truth or support the victim or the rightful, or at least keep yourself innocent from the blood, innocent from the war crime, the historical crime. This can be one of the greatest crimes in the century. It's not a matter of this country or that country. This is something witnessed by God's eyes. This planet will have this as a witness mark. What's happening now? And again, I am speaking with optical fibers, internet speed over 200. Those people, they don't have now the simplest service of internet. They don't have power. They don't have a fuel to operate a generator so they can at least know the news or see anything. Are our news covered by the media? Do other nations know what's happening to us? They only listen to the machinery of the criminal Zionist military who is doing that in the darkness there. And what about us as a human being? At least feel correct, I'm saying. If you cannot do anything, if you can't do anything, it's between you and your God. But at least feel correct. Feel. I'm saying feel only. Think correct. Even if you will not do anything. But to think wrong, now it is not a matter of opinion anymore. That you think that doing a crime is a probability, is okay, is an option, is a must. This is something else. That means you are killer. Even though you are in YouTube or Facebook or in your house or doing a job in whatever country, your country or another country. You are a killer supporter. That's it. I end the live stream here. I had to record this speaking just because how I am shocked and disgusted by how some people, they lose their humanity, and to the limit that really amazes people like me. That how after this you speak about greeting people or support people, if you accept just simply killing a children and surrounding 2 million, I don't understand it. Which greeting have a meaning after that? Do you think that is good deed anymore? It's a decoration you are using, public relation. This has nothing to do with humanity. Nothing has to do with restriction or even religious values. You know that killing is the greatest thing in the world. And killing who? Not killing two sides. They are fighting each other like boxing. It's a matter of occupier and a victim people, innocent people, disarmed people, but they created their own limited tools just to keep something from zero. Before they used the stones only, now they use something little more. So is it the time now to consider them equal match? Play football like Barcelona and Real Madrid? This is a craziness. This is not a Palestinian or Arab point of view. This should be human point of view. Be logical, be responsible when you think about the things and feel about the things, even though you cannot control anything. Myself, I cannot control anything, but at least I can control myself and my feeling. And I hope God will forgive me for how I feel and how I wish and how I pray to those victims. I wish that I could do something to them. I wish that I could help or stop that killer from killing them, but I cannot. I don't have any ability. I don't have anything other than controlling myself just to understand what's happening and saying the truth and feeling the correct and saying the correct and rejecting whoever support the crime, whoever is, because this is not something to pass. This is worse than stealing my own money, worse than losing my own job. If I hear somebody is killing innocent people in their own country, this is not something to ignore. This is something will never pass. It's not a personal opinion. It's something forever principle. Not today, not for this geography location, not for any other place on earth. Nobody allowed to occupy another country and kill innocent people or do conspiracy to keep them humiliated without a nation, without a country, without a state, without a freedom, without a dignity living. This is something we cannot accept.